now I need more levels. Which means I open this up. And then open this up. And now I can do this. And then I take the ones that just had fortune, because I want Silk Touch specifically. Therefore, I am going ahead and just using the grindstones on the ones that had just one enchantment, because it's actually better if I just re-enchant them with a better enchantment. Okay, let's try this again. Unbreaking 3. Well, it's decent, but I want better than just Unbreaking 3. Soak Touch Unbreaking 3. Well, I suppose that will have to work. Efficiency 4. Oh wait, that's fortune. There we go. Oh, wow. I suppose I'll pair it off against this. Okay, so out of 9 shovels, I ended up with 3 really good shovels. 3 god tier shovels, basically. This does mean I need to craft more shovels, because I don't want to use these shovels to just fix each other. I want them to be fixed by other shovels. Therefore, I need like 9 shovels just to just to balance things out a little, because these are all fully maxed out shovels. You know? Then, just for added benefits, I can actually apply enchantments to these shovels as well, because every now and then it might offer just a little bit of a discount. It might not, I don't know, but I would rather have the enchantments and not need them than need them and not have them. these out of the way here. I just realized I'm going to need more lapis. There we go. Got more lapis. That's much better. And that is also much better. Now I can put the lapis away. I can additionally look into retrieving some more smooth stone for the project. However, before I do that, I will want to grab some more stone, as I've been down here a while. I know roughly what that can kind of do to the amount of stone being processed. I've been down here quite some time. There is probably a bit of a gap in the quantity of materials available for processing. Okay, and now we have a very lovely looking place. As mentioned, I will want to move this entire setup right here, because this setup, as you can see, is at roughly 306. If we head up to the surface and we check where this setup is, we will find very quickly that there is a rather obvious issue with this location. Before we head up there, let us grab this smooth stone. And then, on top of that, let us grab... was there anything we wanted to grab? Don't think so. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I'm good on my armor durability, I suppose. Yeah, no, I'm good. Anyways, there is there's two letters at the amongst the bandits and the drows in my D&D campaign. There's two letters. There is a letter that says, you get half now, you get half later, and they just have a mysterious amount of gold, a rather large amount of gold. But, for some sort of master thief, yeah, that's kind of normal, I guess. But what's not normal is the fact that the drow have a letter which details the assassination of the pink oozkin known as Miki. And the reason for the assassination is specifically because they were within the confines of a town which was predominantly racist in favor of humans. There's not really much else that can be done about that, there is a saying that basically says humans will be humans. Humans are stupid, greedy, ignorant, so on and so forth. But humans will ultimately choose to be nice to each other instead of being mean. Therefore, if you're worried about humans, don't be, because humans will be humans. It doesn't really matter if you think that humans are good people or bad people. Humans will ultimately just be humans. They can be good, they can be bad, they can be the nicest people you know, they can be the most vicious and vile person that you've ever met. Humans will be humans. Humans have a very wide spectrum of personality. There is a lot of variance that is associated with humans. Humans can be the best of people and the worst of people, both. My criminal contacts in my campaign happen to be racist in preference of humans. And racism is obviously bad. Knowing of racism, knowing what it is, and knowing, learning racism are two entirely different things, obviously. There's two notes. The note on the drow specifically reads that the pink oozkin is to be eliminated before it becomes an issue. It specifically says that they are to be removed from the equation and treated with the standard cleanup procedure which the party doesn't know what that means yet. But what that means is basically they are not the first one that has escaped from the test chamber, as it were. However, they are probably the most sentient one that has escaped from the test chamber. Basically, the Drow Noble has been performing various experiments, various illegal experiments, very illegal experiments. We're talking violation of Geneva Convention experiments. And the reason that they have been performing these experiments is specifically because they were trying to perfect an alternate recipe for drow poison. They were trying to not need to use the specific fungus that they use. Instead, they were trying to find an alternate source which could be used in order to provide similar effects. They had managed to acquire a collection of phase spiders as well as giant wolf spiders. They had convinced the giant wolf spiders to be subservient to the phase spiders. However, this relationship was tenuous, as the spiders were technically competing for food still, as their food supply was provided through means of the failed test subjects, which were kidnapping victims that had been snatched away in the middle of the night or under lightly obscured weather conditions, basically. Conditions which make it difficult to see who's the one that is actually performing the deed of, kidnapping the person. Things that make it difficult to see who it is that is speaking to you through the rain. Stuff like that. Yeah. The drow has been basically performing these experiments and performing what is essentially chemical testing on live subjects, which has not been approved by the local law enforcement, which is why people are interested in their behavior, is because their behavior is not approved by the locals. They are not being good drow. Therefore, suddenly, suspicions get raised, and on top of that, the populace is already predominantly racist. So the suspicions only get raised further because the suspicions were already raised from the fact that just everyone happens to be racist. it causes a lot of problems for the drow. It causes a lot of problems for the players too, because first off, for the longest time, the players have had no problems with the townsfolk. The townsfolk have not really shown very many signs of racism. However, the players have now been in town for roughly about a month, and they're starting to notice the various subtle nuances that are associated with such conditions, and they're starting to notice these various situations where the potions are extremely expensive. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, they don't have any supply. It's like, oh, yeah, I suppose that would do it. Is there anything that we could do to help? Why, yes, there is. As a matter of fact, they need someone to go retrieve the supply. Oh, well, that sounds fun. What does that do? Well, that gets the prices of potions in town lowered. It's like, that doesn't sound too interesting. And then they went and tried to buy a healing potion. They were like, oh my god, I could get like a greater healing potion than the next town. It's like, yeah, I told you. It's to lower the prices of the healing potions. They were like, there's a quest to lower that, huh? It's like, yeah, they need ingredients. It's like, okay. Yikes. I didn't realize it was that bad. It's like, oh yeah. And I'm just getting started. And they're like, oh boy. Because they know that this is gonna get messy. The players will invariably find themselves squaring off against this drow noblewoman, which makes use of a specific group of drow assassins, which is specifically an all-female sect. This is for religious reasons, specifically. It's not like something weird. It's actually for religious reasons in-game. There is a few different religious reasons why they want to use all females for their assassins. Seeds. There we go. And this one has this. Yeah, you can imagine if I had to run back every single time, this would be complete chaos. Every single time I get full on inventory, I either have to run all the way back to base or find a nearby storage container to just drop off a bunch of stuff in. You can imagine if I had to find a storage container at base every time instead of just using one of these. The party managed to knock out the drow. However, they managed to kill the master thieves, I think they managed to capture one Master Thief, but they're also currently being eaten alive by a dragon. The Dragonborn Paladin had done some lay on hands to just kind of wake them up, and then just let the dragon just start chewing on them. And the dragon actually ripped off the person's shield arm, and quite literally disarmed the person. Therefore, the person no longer has a shield, and they no longer have an arm. They would have been screaming in horrible agony, except for the fact that they were poisoned for like the next hour. So they were awake and they were conscious, but they couldn't really do anything, as this dragon just decided that it was hungry for a light snack and that it wanted to eat drow. And so this person was quite unfortunate in that series of events, but they're going to die, so it's not too bad. Like the gods will definitely not be happy about that, but at least he kept them alive, assuming they passed the death saves. The dragon will likely just run off with the arm. Like if they manage to pass their next death save, then they'll probably survive, but they would need to roll a nat 20 in order to be able to survive it, because they already have they already have a failed death save from the previous turn, when the dragon decided that it just wanted a lovely snack and was like, can I eat him now? And Dark Chaos was like, some now, some later. And so the dragon decided to, go ahead and take a bite out of the person. And that sent them into the death saves again. So, yeah. They just got to roll another death save and basically not die from the dragon just biting into them. It's not a very difficult thing. It's not very complex, not very complicated. Didn't take much planning, didn't take much forethought, I believe is the proper term. But it is something that is definitely something that needs to be explored, something that needs to be covered or done or performed. I understand that the majority of the events that transpired are not exactly getting covered. And this is partially because I am just kind of mentally exhausted from just hosting the session, being the GM. There's a level of mental exhaustion that goes with that task, because your brain basically has to just kind of work overtime and just kind of sit there and figure out things that are occurring as a result of other things occurring. And so you have to remember basically where everyone is in the entire world, and then calculate what they're all doing, how they're interacting with each other, if they're even relevant to the plot, stuff like that. Are they relevant? Not really. Okay, low priority. Stuff like that. There is plenty of there's plenty of things for the players to do. It's just a matter of getting through the process of handling all of the different like turns and all of the different character sheets, and just handling all of the different tasks involved. Technically speaking, this would give me an opportunity to actually even begin recording my D&D sessions if I manage to get this laptop from my friend. I don't really have a very extensive track record of people giving me free stuff. Therefore, I will obviously preface it with if. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in the hood. I told him, make sure you get a tracking number for that package because you know how it be in the hood. One day the mailman's looking through the mail going, man, I ain't got a computer like this. The next day, he's got a computer like that. How did he do it? The secret ingredient is crime. It's like, no. Tracking number. Thank you. They'll take one look at that package and they'll go, oh man, this thing has a tracking number. I can't steal this. Why not? Because if I do, they'll know exactly where it went. They'll know exactly which location to search all of the cameras for. It's like, oh yeah, there's that. It's like, yeah. In other words, they'd know to come after me. It's like, yep, they sure would. So yeah, he's been well advised on how he should handle sending me something. I informed him, make sure you get a tracking code because in the ghetto they don't really care. It's not your skin color that gets you. It's how thick your wallet is. It really is. It's how thick your wallet is. Some people think that that's not true. It's like, no, it is most definitely true. Trust me, I can assure you, I grew up in the ghetto. I know exactly how it is. And yes, that is how it is. Okay? As much as I don't like to admit it, that is how it is. We are making amazing progress on this build. See, once it's sectioned off so that you only have a small area to work on, progress just accelerates exponentially, especially once you have like a nice staircase where you can access it because you dug it out yourself. It becomes very easy. You just got to make sure that you remember to set up an access point to access that staircase, because if you can't access it, then it's not really doing much of a job at all, like much less doing what it's supposed to, doing its job. But it doesn't have the stuff required if you don't do it right. So yeah, let me go through picking up this material here. Okay. So Jack Mist rolled an investigation on one of the drows. Jack Mist has expertise in investigation, and when rolling a nat 1, a player will get the effect of, well, everyone has a bad day, which basically means subtract 5 from the total of your roll. Because, everyone has a bad day. It happens, It's not your fault. It happens. Everyone has a bad day. You subtract 5 from your roll. Very simple effect. Very straightforward. It's fine. Everyone has a bad day. You don't have to be too concerned. Don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. You just had a bad day. It's fine. However, when they roll a nat 20, they get the effect of, every dog has their day, basically, which is add 5. So Jack Mist got a nat 20 on a investigation check to investigate the possessions of the drow. So basically, Jack Mist walked by, and basically the inventory of the drow suddenly emptied, and as though it were Skyrim, they very suddenly and quickly found themselves lacking any form of clothing, armor, weapons, just anything. They were completely devoid of any form of possessions. Can I sleep before these skeletons wake me up? Probably not. Okay. Look here, you. There we go. That shot went way over that guy's head. I was gonna shoot him, but he burned to death first. Bummer. Oh well. Anyways, as I was saying, Jack Mist got a natural 20, whilst he additionally had a plus 14 modifier because he had expertise in investigation from his subclass. Specifically saying that if he has proficiency in investigation, he gains expertise. It is just his class ability, or specifically his subclass, his archetype ability to be able to do that. He is very skilled in investigating. He's very skilled in nature. He's very skilled in, I think, medicine as well. History, he's not as skilled in. He does not have very much in the ways of history. He is, however, very skilled in Arcana. Basically, if it requires intelligence, unless it's history, he pretty much has expertise in it. He can get expertise in history. However, it would require him to gain proficiency in history first. Because of the way that the archetype is specifically worded, if he gains the proficiency, then he will gain the expertise instantly, which I find somewhat humorous, because that basically means that the only reason why he's not an expert is because he just hasn't tried to study it. It would be as though he were a prodigy that just doesn't apply himself, basically. He's just like, oh yeah, I could study history, but counter argument, why? It's like, because you'd be great at it. It's like, yeah, I would, but why would I study it? It's like, because you'd be great at it. Oh, well, what if that's not my goal? Why wouldn't it be your goal? You're great at everything else. Like, that's mostly true. Bit of a hyperbole, but that's mostly true. Jack Mist is actually pretty good at just generally everything. He seems to be struggling in very few areas. Okay. So it's just efficiency 5 shovels in general. It's not just gravel. It's just the shovel allows me to just randomly phase through solid matter. Good to know. I believe that's possibly something related to block lag, but I don't see how, considering this is survival single player. Let's see, what else was there to talk about? Pink managed to survive the assassination attempt fairly well. I believe I mentioned that already, though. Let's see. Well, there's possibly talking about future plans for the channel. I do plan to continue playing Minecraft. as I mentioned, this is something I play for fun. On top of that, I actually rather enjoy playing Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I have found this process of just playing this game every day rather cathartic. I've found, I've found this this series to be quite productive. This is actually some of the furthest progress I have made it in Minecraft in a very long time, because I sometimes struggled to just find time to play. But now that I am recording this every day, and I'm making a point to actually utilize the fact that I am recording this for YouTube, I have been able to very easily dedicate a proper amount of time to the videos. I've been able to dedicate a proper amount of time to YouTube in general. In addition to Minecraft and my channel, I've just had more time available to just dedicate to everything that's going on. This has allowed me the opportunity to very easily make use of the various situations that I previously found myself in a few times, which caused me to need to reassess basically everything about my base. Speaking of which, I need to grab one of these shovels, because I need to get my shovel repaired. 3 levels for that. Not too bad. The problem with making daily content of this specific length of like 5 hours at a time is coming up with some sort of topic to discuss for those 5 hours. This is really where the live stream section normally would shine, because this offers some form of interaction, some form of chat, which the viewers are able to contact me through in order to provide some sort of live response. The lack of people subscribed to my channel, however, as well as a lack of the number of hours of my content that has been viewed within the past 28 days, does actually hinder my channel by quite a lot, because I need more hours viewed, I need more subscribers. Therefore, if you want to help out, it really does help if you leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. It helps out the algorithm in finding out that it wants to give me more people to watch my content and suggest me to more people. Let's see if we can get. Let's aim just a little bit high here. Let's see if we can get 10 likes on this video, because currently I'm averaging approximately 4 viewers. But if I can get more people to actually leave likes on the video, then I could probably get 10 viewers on this video by this time next week. Okay, this would be video 3, therefore it should be roughly episode 168, roughly. If I can get if I can get 10 likes on my videos, I will be happy. Like I said, I get on average about 4 views per video, but if I start getting more likes on my videos, that will actually increase the number of views of my videos, because that will increase the number of people that my videos get suggested to. If that number increases enough, then eventually I will hit the critical mass point, as it were, and I will start finding that my videos are suddenly exponentially getting more views. The reason for this is specifically because of the fact that YouTube uses an algorithm that suggests my videos to others based on how much activity the video has received. Therefore, if there are a lot of comments, then of course the video will get more suggestions. If there are a lot of people liking the video will get more suggestions. If the video has people who are, frequently watching like hours and hours of the video, then yes, YouTube will suggest my videos to more people. These are all various aspects of the video that get tracked, and there is plenty of information out there in order to actually properly guide my channel towards the viewers, find out specifically what is and is not working. For example, I noticed that NexusCraft was becoming one of the popular search phrases in, I believe it was Google that was getting the search phrase, or YouTube itself, which, that's great, because that means I'm starting to get brand recognition. I'm starting to get people trying to locate my channel on YouTube, specifically searching for me. NexusCraft is just kind of a word I came up with. I wasn't sure if it was already in use elsewhere. If it is, sorry, but it's what I came up with. It's Minecraft. It's Blue Nexus Gaming, so it's NexusCraft basically. It's 2 words combined. And that's fine, but that's just because it's something that I wanted to create that was a unique identifier amongst the YouTube audience, something I could pick out of the noise and say, okay, this is people searching for specifically me. This isn't just people looking for Minecraft videos. This is people who are actually looking for me. And that's why I picked NexusCraft, is because I felt that would be useful for discerning the noise. If you have not yet left a comment on the video, this would be a good time to leave a comment of how you found the video. Don't forget to introduce yourself, of course. I understand that there is apparently one guy who apparently plays hardcore mode on Minecraft, and they apparently play using mods, and they've apparently befriended an admin. And in my experience, that type of situation has a tendency to not go well. Very rarely does that type of situation end up resolving with the admin powers not getting abused. Usually the admin powers end up getting abused, and that's unfortunate because usually what ends up happening is it's something similar to, for example, Donnie Bobs, who will just randomly start just griefing various players for his own videos in order to wait and see what their reaction is and find out how long it takes them to notice and stuff like that. And it's like, don't do that to people, man. Like, I don't enjoy watching that. And that's kind of why I stopped watching him, is because he has good content, don't get me wrong. It's just some of his content I just don't enjoy, and it's to the point where I don't enjoy it, and I want to maybe unsubscribe. But I want my viewers to subscribe. I want to keep my channel entertaining. I like to know what I'm doing right. I like to know what I'm doing wrong, because I enjoy knowing what types of content my viewers are actually enjoying. What type of activities are they wanting to see? I'm getting an iron golem farm online here. This is obviously taking a while because I have to clear out all of this area. I have to, prepare for having just tons of villagers in this area. I don't want them interacting with anything else. I need to prepare for having a ton of iron golems in this area. I don't want them interacting with anything else, which means I have to go through and basically spawn-proof this entire place, which means I'm probably going to be using the string from the cats to just spawn-proof the place. Just point-blank using string. It's not very elegant as far as providing some form of visual assistance in locating just where all of the safe areas are, comparative to carpet, which does, because it's carpet. It's very visible. It's very easy to track where you have and have not placed a carpet. However, string has no such benefits. Therefore, you just kind of got to remember where you left it. There is the hitbox that I can see, but again, that's not going to be much help. Being able to talk about a single topic for 5 hours